Matt, coming in, Hawkeyes, backs against the wall, like guys were saying, number 1 versus number 2. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Can you describe an emotion?
I mean, there's a lot of emotions. You're naturally a little anxious, a little nervous. I mean, you got to recognize it and you got to embrace it, but you also got to be excited for the challenge. I mean, you don't wrestle at this level to just either walk over everyone or take your lumps by the guys that are ranked ahead of you or supposed to be better. You embrace the challenge, and that's what I have to do, and that's what I love to do every chance I get.
Why are you so dominant over Sanders?
I don't have a special answer besides just hard wrestling. You got to wrestle tough opponents hard because they're gonna fight back with everything they got, and I love that challenge. I love getting a chance to do that, and if I could wrestle a guy like that every single match, then I would. And you know what? You gotta believe that's how tough the guy is that you're going up against every time you step on the mat.
Did he wrestle you differently than the past guys have?
I mean, I think there's a little bit of maybe people seeing things and wanting to slow me down, and regardless of that, you gotta go out and you gotta hit your offense, and from week to week you work to fix the things that maybe are keeping you from scoring a lot of points. And that's what I've done through this week, and I'm going to have to continue to do that because, the gap isn't a fall. The gap isn't a tech fall or even a major yet. So there's a lot of work to do, but you take the positives away from each and every match as well as the things to work on.
Matt asked those guys earlier, what did this Iowa team do against Minnesota you did not do against Ohio State, Penn State?
Freaking guys came out hard. They came out for 7 minutes, and they started a match, and they finished it. And, we really didn't do a good enough job on the road of that, Guys coming out too timid. Guys come out here, they're coming out like they're warriors, like they're savages, like they're barbarians, and that's what guys did. They came out tough, hard, and didn't stop wrestling for 7 minutes, the guys who got what they wanted.
Are you taking a more leadership role than you have, being more vocal?
You try to be. I do everything I can to be as vocal as I can, but that's a constant work in progress as well. Especially when I started out being a young guy in the room and hearing a lot of vocal stuff. Taking yourself out of that role of the quiet guy that walks with a big stick and leads by example, leading by voice, takes a lot of effort too.
You wrote him out for the whole third period. What kind of message does that send, and what's the key to doing that against the number 1 guy? You're ahead. Those points he chooses down, well, make him think that was the wrong choice. And that's what you got to go out there and do. And you know what? It could have been different. I could have let him go. He could have gotten escape, but it didn't matter because I'm going to continue to try and score points. And, on top, I'm trying to turn him. I'm trying to get a pin or back points and get a major. And, you got to wrestle smart, and that's what I was trying to do, is wrestle smart but hard.
Did you have an easier time on top today than you have in your past couple matches?
I don't, it's never easy. It's never easy to keep someone down like that. More success, more comfortable, maybe. But, I did everything I could to wrestle, in the positions that I knew I'm strong in and not get anywhere else. And I think I did that for the most part in the third period. Probably, maybe could have scored some points on top, but that's where now I have a week to work to improve.
You and Tony always have a good tendency of coming out and building momentum early. To see Nick and Mike do that in the middleweights today, as an upperclassman, I'm sure there's a little pride there for you.
Definitely. I give my hats off to both of those guys, especially Mike Evans. The duel was decided by 2 points.